Potential home modifications for aging in place. I'm Hewie Poplock. Numerous surveys and studies show that a majority of adults prefer to stay in their homes for as long as possible. However, simply remaining in the home where you've always lived may not be feasible for all seniors. In some cases, stairs and other physical characteristics of the home can make it more difficult to move around and stay in place long term. Here are 13 things you can do to make your home safer and more comfortable for aging in place. 1. Start now. Aging is inevitable, so you'll need to plan ahead for your potential health needs. Making small changes now can help you avoid scrambling to make big changes later on when you have limited capacity. One way to get started is by connecting with a geriatric care manager or a care coordinator who can come into your home and complete a home safety and senior living assessment. These experts can recommend ways to make the home safer, outline what senior-specific resources might be available in the area, develop a care plan, be an asset in the community if any situation arises. 2. Eliminate hazards. Safety should be the first priority in creating an environment that's conducive to aging in place. Seniors typically have less mobility and physical agility, and their senses can be diminished. Some changes to accommodate aging seniors include removing clutter and widening walkways, eliminating area rugs that are tripping hazards, replacing rugs or mats with non-slip options to reduce the risk of slips and falls, checking carpeting for frayed edges, increasing lighting levels by using higher output LED bulbs. 3. Eliminate stairs. Stairs pose a real challenge to many older adults, as arthritic knees and hips make navigating these areas challenging. It may not be possible to eliminate all stairs without moving to a new house, but single-floor living, even converting a dining room into a bedroom, for instance, is best. Adding a primary bedroom suite to the first floor of your home is ideal. If that's not possible, then adding a chairlift or elevator is a second choice. 4. Add bathroom elements. Bathrooms are notoriously slippery. Modifications such as increasing support and providing firmer footing are essential. Bathroom modifications for seniors often include non-slip shower floors, grab bars in the shower and alongside toilets, raised toilets, walk-in tubs, seats or a padded bench in the shower. 5. Move kitchen appliances. Relocating kitchen appliances from upper cabinets to waist height can also reduce risk of injury. Plus, countertop appliances may be more accessible to seniors who have difficulty reaching overhead. You may also want to lower counters and cabinets for seniors who use a wheelchair. 6. Swap out doorknobs. Small movements can become problematic for those with arthritis in the hands, wrists, or fingers, making small movements such as turning a doorknob to be painful. Upgrading to lever-style door handles allows seniors to open doors without straining their hands and wrists. 7. Widen doorways. Standard doorways are typically too narrow to accommodate walkers, wheelchairs, and similar mobility devices. Mobility challenges are often a part of aging, and without easy passage from room to room, seniors can feel frustrated, isolated, and restricted. Unfortunately, widening doorways is not as simple as replacing a doorknob because it requires working with a contractor who understands how to modify the home appropriately for aging in place and the needs of the elderly. While this is a bigger investment, it can make a big difference in keeping you in your home in the long term. 8. Add ramps. To ease entry into the house, you may need to add a ramp to smooth the front door or garage stairs. For older adults relying on walkers or wheelchairs, steps can be impossible and severely limit their mobility. Installing ramps can eliminate obstacles and give seniors more independence. Ramps can also be useful for creating more level transitions between flooring surfaces to help minimize the risk of tripping or falling. This home modification for the elderly must be performed by licensed and experienced professionals to ensure the correct height and rise for safety. 9. Lighten up. Many homes don't have adequate lighting, which can pose a real challenge for seniors whose vision is declining. Strategies to improve lighting around the house include installing motion-sensing night lights near the bed and bathroom to make any middle-of-the-night treks from bed to toilet safer. Adding task lighting, such as bedside and floor lamps, to brighten dark spaces. Covering or moving any power cords out of the way so they're not a trip hazard. Installing more ambient lighting, such as recessed lights. For in-wall light switches, consider replacing conventional toggle light switches with a paddle light switch, which can be operated with the touch of a finger and are more straightforward to use. 10. Smarten up. There are several new smart devices that can make aging in place easier, such as smart appliances and intelligent lighting. In many cases, you can control lighting, temperature control, and other conveniences with a simple click or by giving a voice command on your smartphone. 11. Add adjustable furniture. Adjustable beds and recliners can be a good option to provide better comfort and mobility support. Lift chairs can support seniors to get to a standing position if they have difficulties on their own from a seated position. Make sure all of the furniture in the house is safe and sturdy. 12. Add a home monitoring system. Home monitoring systems, which may come with medical alert systems, can alert caregivers and family members to unusual activity, falls, and other emergencies. As an important security measure, a doorbell that has a camera in it can also make it easier to keep tabs on who's coming and going at the house. 13. Keep it dry. Aging often means becoming more vulnerable to colds and other illnesses because the immune system starts to weaken. You can help offset this by keeping your home Warm and dry by periodically running a dehumidifier in your living room and bedroom to remove moisture from the air and reduce your chances of developing pulmonary diseases. Potential drawbacks. While aging in place is often viewed as the ideal, there are some problems that can arise, including isolation and loneliness. Seniors with declining mobility may be less able to get out of the house. You need a plan in place, such as in-home visits, technology-based interactions, and social outings to prevent loneliness and associated physical issues and depression. Masking decline. An older adult living alone may try to hide their physical or mental decline to avoid moving to a senior living facility or hiring in-home care. Even family members who visit frequently may not observe problems until a crisis situation. You'll need to stay vigilant for any changes that indicate that your loved one's health is faltering. Financial burdens. Aging in place may not be affordable for every senior, particularly those in older homes or on fixed incomes. Over time, care expenses can grow as well. The bottom line, aging in place can be the best option for many people. By making some or all of these changes, you may be able to extend your time at home indefinitely. Maintaining independence is probably the number one reason most seniors would choose to age in place if possible. It's very difficult to give up the last bits of their sense of control, which gives them a higher quality of life and overall well-being. Change is always difficult, and moving is always stressful. Remaining at home longer can also help seniors keep critical social ties to their community, friends and loved ones, and the memories and emotional attachment they have to their home. Essential home modifications for aging in place. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Rethinking the value of Notepad. I'm Bill James. Notepad is a text editor that was first appeared in Windows in 1985 with the release of Windows 1.1. It has been included in every subsequent version of Windows since then, making it one of the longest-standing features in the Windows operating system. Windows Notepad has seen several changes and updates over the years, evolving along the Windows operating system. Notepad has consistently been a lightweight and straightforward text editor, maintaining simplicity while adapting to users' needs and technological advancements. The evolving timeline. Windows 1.1 in 1985 was the initial release. The first version of Notepad was simple, providing basic editing features. Windows 3.0 was introduced in 1990, and it improved the graphical user interface with better Windows management. With Windows 95, the support for long file names was introduced, along with general improvements to usability and interface. In Windows 98, Notepad added line numbers for the ability to go to specific lines in a document. It introduced word wrapping feature to improve text readability. With Windows XP, basic support for different text encoding, including Unicode, was added. Enhanced find and replace functionality was also included. In Windows Vista, minor updates to the user interface, keeping up with the overall aesthetic changes in Windows Vista. With Windows 7, improved performance and stability with small enhancements to usability and interface. With Windows 10, it introduced a feature like text zooming, better handling of large files, and improved search functionality. It also added support for Unix, Linux, and Macintosh line endings. The wraparound option to find and replace dialog box. It also included various bug fixes and improvements. With Windows 11, you get a refreshed UI to align with Windows 11 design language, including rounded corners and updated icons. It also supports dark mode, matching the system theme, and further improvements to performance, better multi-language support, and refined find and replace functionality. So what is a text editor? A text editor is a type of software application that is used for creating and editing plain text files. Unlike word processors, which include extensive formatting options, text editors focus on providing a simple interface for writing and editing text without any additional formatting. Text files are identified with the file extension .txt. Some of the key characteristics of text editors are that they handle plain text, which means the context is devoid of any styling, fonts, or formatting that are typically found in word processors. They usually have a minimalist design, focusing on text manipulation features without any unnecessary bloat. Text editors are generally lightweight and fast, requiring minimal system resources. Text editors are essential tools for programmers and developers. They're used to write and edit source code in various programming languages. Many advanced text editors provide syntax highlighting, making it easier to read and debug code. Editing configuration files like .txt, .ini, .conf, or .json for software and applications. Also, it's used for writing scripts like shells scripts, batch files, or Python scripts for automatic tasking and managing systems. Opening and examining log files to diagnose troubleshooting issues. In the general text editing, you can quickly jot down notes or ideas without need for formatting, create a simple to-do list or to make checklist, editing CSV or other text-based data files. In web development, it's used for creating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files for web development, writing content in Markdown format for websites, documentation, or other platforms that support Markdown. The types of text editors, like Notepad for Windows or TextEdit for Mac OS in plain text mode, they offer basic text editing functionalities. More sophisticated editors like Sublime Text, Atom, Visual Studio Code, or Notepad++ offer additional features such as plugins, code auto-completion, version control integration, and more. Some examples of popular text editors: Notepad, a basic text editor included with Windows. TextEdit, the default text editor on Mac OS, which can operate in plain text mode. Notepad++ is an advanced text editor for Windows with many additional features. Visual Studio Code is a highly customizable and feature-rich editor suitable for programming. Sublime Text, known for its speed and elegant user interface, and Atom, an open source editor with a wide range of plugins. So if you're rethinking the value of Notepad, it involves examining its role and the utility in the modern computing environment. While it might seem basic compared to advanced text editors and integrated development environments, IDEs, Notepad holds significant value for several reasons. First, ease of use. Notepad's straightforward interface makes it accessible to all users, regardless of their technical expertise. It also simplifies menu interface, file, edit, view that allows to find, go to, font, and select all functions. No learning curve. Users can start using Notepad immediately without needing to learn complex features or commands. Default availability included with every version of Windows, Notepad is always available, requiring no additional installation. Quick startup. Notepad opens almost instantly, making it ideal for quick edits and note-taking. Low resource usage. It uses minimum system resources, ensuring that it runs smoothly even on older or less powerful machines. Stability. Notepad is known for its stability and reliability, rarely crashing or encountering errors. General text editing. It's suitable for a variety of tasks such as writing notes, creating to-do lists, and editing configuration files. Coding and scripting. Although it lacks advanced features, Notepad can be used for writing simple code and scripts, making it a fallback tool for developers. Data manipulation. Useful for editing CSV files and other plain text data files. The default format for Notepad is .txt. As a learning tool, the simplicity makes Notepad an excellent tool for beginners learning programming or text editing. It helps users understand the basics without being overwhelmed by features. Understanding the fundamentals. By using a basic text editor, users can gain a deeper understanding of file structures, text encoding, and other fundamental concepts. Cross-platform compatibility. Notepad handles plain text files, .txt, that are universally compatible across different operating systems and software. No dependencies. Unlike some advanced editors, Notepad does not require any special libraries or dependencies, making it a reliable choice for quick edits. In system administration, Notepad is often used for editing configuration files, writing scripts, and examining log files. Quick edits. Professionals across various fields use Notepad for quick text edits, removing formatting from copied text and other simple tasks. Troubleshooting. Notepad can be a handy tool for troubleshooting and diagnostic purposes, such as examining plain text logs and configuration files. Some of the modern enhancements. Recent updates in Windows 11 have brought modern features like dark mode, spell check, autocorrection, and improved performance to Notepad, making it more relevant in today's context. Integration with modern workflows. While Notepad remains basic, it can be integrated into modern workflows as a supplementary tool for quick and straightforward tasks. In conclusion, while advanced text editors and integrated development often offer numerous features and capabilities, Notepad values lie in its simplicity, reliability, and versatility. It serves as a fundamental tool that complements more sophisticated software, providing a straightforward solution for basic text editing needs. So rethinking Notepad's value means appreciating its role as a universal, always available tool that has stood the test of time, adapting to the evolving needs of users while maintaining its core simplicity. I'm Bill James with Tech for Seniors.
Good afternoon. It's Ron Brown with Silvercom Computer and Technology Club. What is the best way to store your receipts? With your smartphone, it is so simple. Let me show you how to do this. Now, full disclosure, there are two types of people in the world: those who use an accounting software called Quicken and those who don't. Gail and I used Quicken for over 30 years to manage our finances. It is a ritual in our house, like brushing our teeth. The transactions are entered, the receipts electronically filed, and I reconciled all the accounts at the end of the month. Most people don't do this, so my goal today is to show you how to use your smartphone to store your receipts. If you are a Quicken user, watch to the end and I will give you a couple of tips. Now, why should seniors want to save their receipts? Well, probably 3 reasons. One, probably filing taxes. Oftentimes you will want to keep your medical receipts in case you get audited. Also for large purchases, such as a refrigerator, you may want to keep that for warranty purposes. Also costly modifications to your homes. So there are some times when you will want to keep your receipts. Now, what to do with your receipts? Well, I gave a class this last year, which was well attended, and I asked everybody, what do you do with your receipts? Very interesting question, and most people all answered the same way. They give them to their spouse. Well, what does the spouse do with them? The spouses weren't at the course, but I gather what spouses would probably do with their receipts is you may put them in a box, you may put them into a filing cabinet, or you might have an accordion sort of storage area that has some identifiers on it, or you're just overwhelmed and they're all over your desk. Historically, people who were very obsessive would often scan their receipts with a scanner that traditionally has been in printers. And this is a common way of getting a receipt into an electronic version. This is really, in the current technology we have, not the best way to do it. It's very slow, tedious, and there are much better ways. I doubt that we'll be seeing in the future scanners on printers for much longer. Well, let's see what we can do. And probably the easiest thing to do with a receipt is to simply take a picture of it. Take your smartphone and take a picture of your receipt. On the right side, you'll see a receipt from Coastal Eye Care. This was taken with my Pixel 3 camera, and you'll see the picture of the receipt is very clear. And this was taken in a dark room and just no specific preparation for it. And I just took a picture of that receipt. So taking a picture is a very simple thing to do for your receipts. The other thing you could do, most of you now use Google Photos. So why not just scan your receipt with Google Photos using the PhotoScan app? So this is an example of using the PhotoScan app with the anti-glare feature on. We'll show you how this works here. So if you watch the video, you'll see we're bringing up Google Photos, and you'll see at the bottom here is the PhotoScan software. We're now doing a photo scan with the anti-glare feature on. And this brings up the 4 little dots. And as you've done before, I'm sure using this software, it will scan the picture in for you and save it into Google Photos. And there we have it done. And this is with the anti-glare feature on. And this is what the picture would look like. So let's do another one. So now we're going to see, this is using the same PhotoScan software with the anti-glare feature off. Let's see how this works. It's much faster, but will we get the same results? Here's our Google Photo. Again, we'll bring the PhotoScan software up, which you'll see at the bottom here. and you will see that we are turning the anti-glare feature off, and let's do a picture. So now we have 3 pictures of the receipt. The center one was the one we just took with a plain photograph, which was extremely quick. We have a picture on the left. The blacks are a little bit darker because the anti-glare feature was on. But again, I think the quality of the receipt's about the same. And over on the right, you see we have the one with the anti-glare feature off. The purpose of this, showing you this, was to show that probably just taking a plain old photograph is the best thing to do. It's fastest and easiest, so we really don't need to use the photo scan software. Now, if you take pictures and you have Google Photos on your smartphone, you know that the pictures will go up into your photo library. So once they're all up into your photo library, you're probably going to want to make an album. Now, we call them albums in Google Photos, and there are no subfolders. You can't put a folder in Google Photos. So you're going to have to be sort of creative on your naming. And there are some different thoughts on this. I've given some examples here. You could, for example, make a folder up, an album up, and call it Receipts-House, and then you could make another album up and call it Receipts-Medical. So you'd have two albums there. The advantage of keeping the first name the same is that searching would bring up all your albums. As you get lots of these, you maybe in Google Photos have maybe several hundred albums, and you'll want to search them and quickly bring up the receipt folders, and that's a way of doing it. I also thought you could do you could do docs.receipt, and all your files, your document files, could be from, you could call it docs.receipts, docs.medical. An example of that, you could certainly do it that way. Or you could simply just put a R for a receipt and called R-house and R-medical, and that would bring up all your albums. So you have to give a bit of thought about that, because you can't put subfolders within the albums. So think a bit about that before you start making your albums to store your receipts in. Now, the next way that you can do this is by using the Google Drive. And I would encourage you, this is a much better way of doing it, and I would encourage you to get the Google Drive app on your smartphone. Now, when you go to Google Drive, you go to the Play Store, you'll be able to find Google Drive. It is an app, and you can download this and install it on your smartphone. It's available in Android and iOS. So this is how you would do that. Now, on my Google Drive, I've set up a folder called Receipts. So on my Google Drive, I have a folder called Receipts, and then within the Receipts folder, I have a subfolder called Medical. So we'll store our medical receipts in the folder, which will be in the folder called Receipts. And here it is on my Google Drive. You'll see at the top, it says, you'll see this is my Google Drive, and then you'll see my folder called Receipts. And then this is the subfolder within Receipts where we're going to put the $221 receipt. So this is the Google Drive app scanning the picture, the receipt, into the medical folder. Let's see how you do that. So this is bringing up the Google Drive app. We come down and we're going to scan a new picture or receipt. And so here we are clicking the button. It's scanned it. And that is what it looks like after it was, the picture was taken. And it's now going to give us an option to name it. And also we get to choose what folder we want to put it in. But of course, we're going to choose the medical folder. So now we're going to select the medical folder that you can see that is here, and we'll be selecting that, and it's going to save this now. And it is even a faster way is to use a Google Drive widget. Does everyone know what a widget is? A widget is like a macro for your apps, and let me explain how this works. So this is making a widget to scan directly into the Google Drive medical folder. Let's see how you would do that. So we're going to take in any area on your phone, and we're going to long press it, and you'll come up with making widget app. You'll then come down to Google Drive. You'll see the Google Drive there. We'll click on that, and it's going to make a little icon here. Well, it's going to first ask to select the folder that we want, and we're going to select the medical folder in receipts, and then the widget is made for us. And now you'll see that we have a widget that we're going to put into our little folder called Google Drive. So we have our Google Drive app here, but we have the widget. Now, when I take a picture of the receipt with this widget, it is going to go directly into the medical folder. It's not going to be, it's not going to ask you any questions about where to put it. So this makes it much, much quicker. So let's see how that would go. So let's see how this will go, and we are going to scan something with the widget right into the folder. This is bringing the widget up. We simply take a picture of the receipt and save it. And now it is being uploaded directly to the medical folder in our Google Drive. So it's just a faster way of getting your getting your receipt into the medical folder. And again, this is my drive, this is receipts, and this is where we're putting it into the medical folder. All right, so you may use Microsoft products, so you might want to store your receipts in OneDrive. Well, OneDrive has an app for your phone as well. You'll go to the Play Store or the iOS, and again, you will see the Microsoft app, which is available for your smartphone. You download it, install it. Again, I've set up in my file directory in OneDrive, I've set up OneDrive, I've made a folder called Receipts, and I've put a subfolder called Medical. Now, let's use the OneDrive app to record and save. So you'll see here in my folder, I have the OneDrive app. We'll start the display now, and this is going to bring it up the app. And we're going to choose the folder called Medical, and then we're going to click on the little icon, the camera there, and it's going to take a picture of our receipt, the $221, and it's going to place it into the medical folder. Now let's use the OneDrive widget. Again, you can make a widget for OneDrive. Let's see how that would work. Again, we're going to long press in the blank area on your phone, and you'll see the widget menu come up. You're going to come down to OneDrive, and we're going to choose the widget icon. And now we're going to come up, and it's going to ask us to pin a file to the widget, and we're going to choose the medical directory as well. And so now we have a widget that's going to scan directly into the medical folder into our folder called medical. So on my phone now, I have two widgets, one for general receipts and one for medical receipts. And when I use these two widgets, they scan it directly into those folders. If I use the OneDrive app, then it would, I'd have to choose the folder that I wanted it to go into. So let's see what happens when we use the OneDrive widget. It works about the same as the Google widget. We'll bring this up. We'll choose the medical widget. You'll see the folder is empty. And now you'll see us scanning this receipt. It says it's done. And it will upload it into the medical file so you don't, medical folder, so you don't have to choose. Lastly, I wanted to just give you a couple of tips for Quicken users. I've used Quicken for about 30 years, and traditionally I used to scan my receipts into the Quicken transactions. About 4 or 5 years ago, Quicken developed an app that you can use on your smartphone. This is not the full version of Quicken and has some unique purposes. It links back into the Quicken software which runs on your Windows PC. This is called ℸ𝕝𝕉𝕁, and it is the Quicken app that you can download and install on your smartphone. It works very well, and what happens is when you're in a restaurant, or whether you're in a location where you want to save a receipt, you simply bring up the mobile app on your phone. It actually knows where you are by geolocating and puts the restaurant actually in the payee section. You just fill in the amount, and then you can add a receipt by clicking to take the picture of the receipt. It then uploads the file into the Quicken cloud. When you're now on your Windows 10 PC, you can click Sync to Mobile, and the Sync to Mobile will download the transaction and the attached image and put it right into your Quicken accounting software. This works very well and is a cool feature that unfortunately I just discovered this last year. So I wanted to give everybody that tip. So in summary, what's the one thing you need to do with receipts? That's store them electronically. It's so easy to do now, rather than keeping them as paper files. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's Ron Brown with ℸ𝕉𝕁 Computer and Technology Club. Enjoy your day.